What you're seeing right now is a band called the Linda Lindas, and they are probably the coolest and most popular thing happening in punk rock right now. They're an all-girl band from California whose members are aged 10 to 16. You heard that right. 10 years old, and they've already gone viral with their song Racist Sexist Boy, been featured in a couple Netflix projects, one of them was Amy Poehler's Moxie, opened up for the legendary Bikini Kill, got signed to the legendary Epitaph Records, and played on the unfortunately legendary Jimmy Kimmel Live. And they did all this before most people even learn how to play one instrument. Their story so far is about as unlikely as Jake Paul fighting an actual boxer. You see, they sound like a rough and ragged, meat and potatoes riot girl band from the early 90s. And somehow, they've managed to capture the attention of not only the fans and industry, but the general public. That's not an easy task for any band. And that's even more true if you're a band with intense vocals. And let me tell you, this band has intense, aggressive vocals. But what's so special? I mean, kids are in punk bands all over the place. They grow up to buy bands and tour the country like wandering homeless people. Why did the Linda Lindas get to just catapult right through those glass ceilings without even breaking a sweat? Now, before we get going, I think it's important for me to say that I really dig what these girls are doing and think it's so dope. But I'm just afraid, like, the bigger that they get, the more that this conversation is going to turn into like an industry plant type conversation. But I'm not hearing that sort of criticism right now, not even from the most jealous of vocal minorities. Nobody is saying this. And there's a part of me that thinks that I'm starting the industry plant conversation. Oh well, fuck it, might as well rip the band-aid off. Let's have that conversation. When you learn that two of the members are the daughters of a well-connected music producer named Carlos de la Garza, an eyebrow is bound to raise. I mean, they got signed and played on late night without having to pay any dues.
How much dues can you pay when you're 10 years old?
Many bands work for many years to try to make a dent in like the scene, and these girls have done what they couldn't even imagine success-wise in less than 4 weeks. And not to mention, instant fame doesn't exist, especially in punk rock. Now, with all those facts surrounding this band right now, I don't think that it's a stretch to think that the gatekeepers are just lying in wait, chomping at the bit, waiting for their moment to attack. And I don't know why they haven't yet. Maybe it's the age, maybe it's because they actually do think that it's like unique and wholesome and awesome. But who knows, man? It's not like they've been signed to Universal and are getting shoved down every single digital algorithm, you know? There's a sense of purity and innocence that's inescapable and inarguable about the band at the moment. So when I saw them perform on Jimmy Kimmel Live, I can't lie, that was an emotional moment for me. I'm invested in this story, and this was a huge development in their arc. I mean, like, if it were an anime, they beat the big boss in episode 1. Okay, now where do we go from here? And I'm also a person that loves it when punk rock gets to shine on the mainstream, even though it's always 100% of the time a total cringe fest. But it was then, when they were playing under those bright television lights with that neon LED background, that I realized, oh my god, these girls are kind of in for it. People might just think that this is like a passing phase, like, oh, look at the little kids doing the cute little kid thing, and this is gonna pass and no big deal. But I think that this is the start of something kind of huge. And when it develops into that kind of huge thing that I think that it's gonna turn into, that's when I think that these gatekeepers are gonna start coming out of the woodwork. Here's why they shouldn't, and why everything that the Linda Lindas have is earned, not served to them on a silver platter. Firstly, they went viral organically with an original song that they wrote about their own experiences. The song resonated so much with people that the common thought was, this is the song we need right now. That's as real and as authentic of a reaction as you can get. And in punk rock, when it's all about authenticity, that could only earn this band mad cred. I mean, like, yeah, having a dad with money and connections is kind of like a privileged lifestyle for sure, no doubt. It makes the doors open up a little bit easier for you at first. Nobody actually cares about that, man. People care about the song and the people performing it. And if you do care about that sort of thing, You probably haven't seen grass or touched skin in a while. You see, they were approached by Epitaph before they blew up, but they didn't sign until afterward. Had that order of events been in reverse, then yeah, maybe the industry plant argument would have a leg to stand on, but it would still only be one leg, and it would be wobbly as fuck. They went out there playing cool shows, doing cool things, and rose to popularity before putting ink to paper. They were not cherry-picked. They were not manufactured by some big label. Yeah, sure, the Linda Lindas have been dealt an amazing hand, but that's not the reason they blew up. They blew up because they're charismatic 10-year-olds writing gritty songs that are hitting. That's fucking sick.